Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I have just literally been obsessed with Marvel Rivals lately, and with over 80 hours now, I finally feel like I am kind of qualified to help out with some tips on moving up in the ranked system. I grinded my way to Platinum last season completely solo, and if it wasn't for those damn California wildfires and power outages, I was shooting for Diamond, but was able to get to Plat. I'm no pro here. I'm just no-lifing the game, so let's just dive in with tip number 1. High ground is simply a must in this game, guys. Maps are designed with these vantage points that if you're able to just keep as a DPS player, you can literally make or break a game. For some reason, so many players are just allergic to looking up, so being on that high ground with a Hela, a Punisher, or even just using high ground characters like Storm and Iron Man can just simply get you a lot of kills and easier wins. I would say use it just like any other shooter game. Speaking of Iron Man, for tip number 2, one thing you're going to want to do is actually learn the ult counters in quick play. Depending on who you use the most, learn what you could do to counter ults. Moon Knight's ult can now kill Luna Snow's annoying show. Putting on a show counters a Groot ult. I mean, that one actually counters a lot, but you really just want to learn how your ultimate works, what can counter it so you can watch out for that, and also how to use your ultimate with your team. If you're Luna, for example, and they've got a Moon Knight, sometimes it's best to just hold your ult till it's needed, or if the Moon Knight used his, then it's a good time to really use yours. Tip number 3 sounds simple, but honestly, guys, you'd be surprised so many people don't do this, but try to use different types of heroes in quick play. You can one trick, honestly, you really can just one trick your way within the ranked system, but it's just going to be frustrating. It's not as helpful. And eventually, if you get to Diamond, you're going to get to a point where heroes are banned, and the worst thing you want is your person being banned because you were just one tricking them the whole way. To give an example, one tricking Luna is just not really a good idea. She gets banned a lot. And you should really learn multiple heroes in a category. You're going to want to learn to play them, but also using them helps you see just like how they work and basically how to counter them as well. A big thing you're going to be doing in ranked if you're solo queuing just like me is really just fill. And it's usually healing or tanking. Both are just really important roles, and you're going to want to get comfortable with these, especially if you want to climb in the rank system. Tip number 4 is something I don't see a lot of people doing as well, and that's abusing the synergies. This kind of goes along with learning the characters. I mean, if someone on your team is choosing Hulk, you're going to want to at least know Iron Man for that amazing overpowered combo. Rocket is actually being used a lot now, so learning Winter Soldier and Punisher is definitely a must, just because that synergy is so good. If you team up with Mantis, Star-Lord, and Adam Warlock, you constantly have revives. These are just free perks that you can get to use to your advantage. And you don't always need to use this, so I mean, don't stress out about it if it doesn't happen. But again, learn these characters, see who you're comfortable with, and if you have an opportunity to use a synergy, might as well use it. It's free. It's just like really overpowered, and it's free. Tip number 5 kind of rides on that whole learning characters. When you are learning a character, you're able to also kind of see who will kick your ass, right? So if you are running Iron Man, you're going to see right away that Hawkeye and Hela, the hit scan characters, will just shoot you out of the freaking sky, right? So let's just say you're playing ranked and you have a freaking Iron Man that's in the sky that's just tearing you guys up. Hela is a hit scan character, easily takes care of business. You just got to hit your shots. I personally like to use Mantis as well. So dropping healing on everybody, buffing yourself real quick, and getting a shot or two off can actually make or break these Iron Men, or at least weaken them enough for your team. Personally, guys, I use Mantis a lot climbing just because you get a lot of heals there. You get a lot of assists. You're able to do a lot of damage. Same with Luna here. I think that ice beam move, like her clap thing that she does, I was able to 3-shot someone when they were in the sky. And on top of that, I mean, the heal amount with Luna is insane. It's really helpful for your team. This leads me to number 6, and that's playing off of your teammates, guys. So spamming a ping on an Iron Man and just trying to run your whole team, it rarely works. It's something that I noticed is just more detrimental, and it just pisses people off. People start working against you. If you're solo like me, or if you're a duo, it's best to really just emotionally try to keep your team in check. I'll give you guys an example. I mean, if I was getting wrecked by someone, some kind of character Storm, right? I would ping, but at the end of the day, I would try to take matters into my own hands. You can communicate. I mean, if you want to hop on the mic and let them know, hey guys, you know, this person's a problem, or if there's a Black Panther that's diving, and try to help. But honestly, guys, ranked is literal just emotional management, guys. It really is. Typing in, good job, guys, nice hold, or good try. It just feels like it wins you a lot more games. I mean, just like as soon as your team gets tilted, as soon as someone hops on the mic, tells you to get the fuck off your character, uninstall the game, you guys are terrible, you are losing so fast. I always tried to be kind of positive. I mean, if someone needed a tank, I'll fill, I'll do what I need to do. If someone, I mean, rarely this happened, but I had a guy just go, hey, I'm not really feeling DPS right now, I'm not doing well, can I heal? and boom, switched off heal, try to do DPS for him. Getting tilted literally will turn into D ranks, guys. So I feel like also for you, if you feel like you're doing bad, if you feel like you're getting upset, take a break. Best to just get off, fight another day. The last thing you want to do is go from freaking gold back to bronze, because that climb is hell. Tip number 7 is something I was kind of talking about earlier, but it's to abuse the healers in that early rank, because it's basically a cheat code. You can practically climb to gold just maining Mantis and Luna. The ults keep your team alive. The enemy DPS is normally just only shooting the tanks, so you're getting easy heals. And on top of that, your ult comes back even quicker. You could dish out a ton of assists for your team. You have stuns if anyone's trying to dive you. And if you get a third healer, guys, your team is practically unstoppable. Right now, the 3 healer thing is pretty crazy. It's a little bit hard to stop. I have seen it lose. Of course, I mean, it all depends. Sometimes it's really not that bad having, you know, a Mantis, a Luna, an Adam Warlock, or even just Rocket there. It's definitely something worth running. I wouldn't trip over it if 3 of you guys want to run Strategist. Cloak and Dagger is actually really good, forgot to mention, especially with the recent buff. But Strategists, guys, they're practically DPS characters with sustain. I mean, you want to use them, you want to learn them, and it's definitely worth it. It's really rewarding, and it just leads to really, really easy wins for you. Tip number 8, you know, when it comes to maps, guys, you really want to use the cover. I know the maps are destructible, but you'll learn this, especially when you're healing everyone. Everyone wants constant heals as they're just like facing everybody, right? If you're the tank, for some weird reason, you just never want to go back into cover. You want to just absorb all the damage. If you're DPS, you know, you could be next to a health pack and for some reason they just want to heal and they'll spam the button. But seriously, guys, cover in this game, it's underrated. It's simple. Try to just like dodge as much damage as you're taking. The less damage you take, the less work the healer has to do for you. And if the healer's doing less work, that means you guys have more health. I mean, they can focus on the tanks. They can focus on anything else. And you're able to basically use that space to move up. You want to dodge the damage that's taken. You want to create space as a tank. You want your team to basically move up using cover. And what you want to do here is you really want to pressure the healers. That's the main thing you want to do as you're using that cover system, is to try to pressure the healers, because they're basically what's keeping the other team alive. Clearly, it sounds so simple, guys, but so many people just want constant heals, constant heals. And I mean, yeah, you can get 40k healing in a match, 30k healing, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter if your team loses. You want to mitigate as much damage as you can. Tip number 9, super simple, but I still see people not doing it. Kill the Onks, kill the Octopus, kill the Lokis, kill the Spider Mines. Whenever you see it, it's really easy to just shoot it. I don't know why people don't. They're just like free utility for their characters. And I mean, even when I was running Namor, I could literally have these Octopus on the side sometimes. No one pays attention to them, and it's just easy kills, right? It's insane how many people just ignore these things. If you have an opportunity to kill it, kill it. If you don't have an opportunity to kill it, I mean, don't. But at the end of the day, if you see it, shoot it is kind of just like my rule. And I really think that it helps a lot. I mean, yes, guys, you do want to pressure the enemy, right? You really do want to put damage onto the enemy. But if you can't get on point because of there's penny mines, or you and your team are going to have to focus them. You're going to have to, or there's just no way for you to get there. Tip 10 is to learn the meta, but don't die learning the meta, guys. I mean, you want to see who's strong. You want to see who's worth using. And you need that in order to learn the counters and the play styles. Like, I'll give you an example. Moon Knight, he's great right now. If you can use him, go for it. If not, you want to know his counters and you want to try to predict that ult that he has. Meta characters right now are basically really, really strong and worth learning, but don't feel like that you always need to choose those broken characters to win. It's kind of crazy. Almost everyone is broken in their own way, and I feel like that's what makes this game really fun. Of course, some people are a little better than others, but I'll be coming out with like kind of my own tier list, I'd say, in the next video, and I'll let you guys know kind of where I believe everyone ranks, at least based on my playthroughs and where I'm at. But yeah, guys, don't just like go, I'm going to go Hulk. He's got an amazing win rate. Doctor Strange has an amazing win rate. We're going Moon Knight as well. Hela, Cloak and Dagger, and Luna. Sounds great on paper. It really does. But if someone's playing Luna and has no idea what they're doing, they've never played Luna before, it's not, you guys aren't going to win. You're going to lose to the Jeff the Shark at the end of the day. He'll out heal. So yeah, learn the meta, but also, I mean, really focus on the characters that you know, and don't feel like you need to just fill in that whatever's meta, because you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised how many off-skew teams will win. So that's going to be it for my 10 tips to climb the rank system. Drop a comment. Let me know what other tips you guys have. And as well, I'd also like to know what everyone thinks of Marvel Rivals so far. Is it here to stay, or do you guys think this is kind of like a flavor of the month game? I, so far, am loving this game. I am obsessed with it. And depending on the support, which looks great, I mean, a hero and every month and a half or something. This is awesome, guys. It looks like I'm going to be playing this one for a while. It's not just, you know, the Overwatch clone, but it seems like it is the hero shooter right now. And I'm having just a ton of fun. I hope the tips helped you, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.